Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Saturday Self Assessments. It has been, I think the last one was done probably back in 2017, and obviously a lot has happened since then. Um, I have gotten married, I've had two beautiful children. I have gained weight, as you can clearly see. I'm definitely not in my 20s anymore. But I did make myself a promise that I would do these assessments again starting this week. So yeah, there's a lot going on. There's, oh goodness, so much happening, so much going on. And I keep saying that, but it really has. It has been crazy. I have moved to a different state, and I have been fighting so many things. I guess some of the biggest changes and things that I learned about was that I was diagnosed with PCOS. If you guys are not familiar with what that is polycystic ovarian syndrome. And it means I have apparently too much testosterone in my body, along with cysts on my ovaries and all sorts of stuff, which actually made it really hard for me to lose weight, especially after my kids, which I guess is what they said activated the whole thing. Um, so, kind of what we're going to be doing going forward. So, this is the first installment. So, there's really not a whole lot to give you guys other than my measurements and kind of give you the expectations of what's going to happen from here forward. Um, and the other thing, and just kind of like give you an idea of like what the other plans outside of this specific platform is, or at least on YouTube, because these will be posted on YouTube, and then those will be linked to my Facebook, which I do have a Facebook page called Health Journey Down to the Nitty Gritty, where I talk about everything. I talk about all the goods, the bads, the uglies, the just, everything. And I'm working on figuring out how to record everything. This is a camera that I'm not super used to using, so I'm not sure how to do that. So if maybe in the future I'll either use just my phone, or I'll just figure out more recording programs to be able to do that, to record a video and then post it up. I might use my other streaming, like my OBS, and see if I can use that as a streaming platform. But I still haven't got my OBS up since I last was streaming. So that being said, today I will not do live video of my body. I will take pictures. I will post pictures along with that on my Facebook page. As you can see, I am in the body, but just because of my current surroundings, we're in the middle of reorganizing our home, so things are a little bit messy, and I haven't been able to catch up. Plus, I am getting ready to uh, go solo for a hot minute while my lovely significant other takes the time to improve upon his work life. So that's that. So I guess we'll get straight. And as you can tell, my camera's up here. It's there. So I need to get a better system. We'll get there. We'll get there. All right. So I guess the best way is to go ahead and read you my measurements. I'll kind of give you an idea of where I was about January of this year, with some measurements from February, and then today's measurements, which I did take this morning, and kind of when I started things, and we'll talk about that real quick. So without further ado, all right, so back on January 5th of this year, so about 8 months ago, a little longer than 8 months ago, I was about 229 pounds, approximately 49.6% body fat, so almost 50% body fat. I was only roughly about 36.9% water, so I was really low on my water intake. My muscles, I had about 107 pounds of, or no, wait, is it 107? 109.6 pounds of muscle on my body. My bone density was sitting at about a 5.8, and my BMR was or basal metabolic rate, which is just how many calories you burn uh, just by breathing and living. That was about 1674, so 1,674 calories. Now, I did have some measurements for February, so I took measurements January, but I didn't take the body measurements. I only took my scale measurements, which I do have what's called a Tanita scale. Now I know my scale is probably old and outdated. It may be something I need to update, but it does take all of these things on the scale. And just to give an update, uh, I typically measure in the morning. So my body content water is off because I hadn't had anything all night, I guess you could say. So my food, my muscle, everything is a little bit more different than if I would at the end of the day, because then your body is also calculating the food you eat throughout the day. But it's still good to have maybe both of those. And I do take both of those, especially on the days that I am specifically measuring. I will see how I did in the morning versus how I'm doing in the evening, and see if I'm eating like a lot of food throughout the day. And if it's been a little bit too much, you can tell, like if I go from like 112 or 212 to like 215 pounds, what was I eating? Was I eating heavy carbs? Is my body processing? Was I drinking enough water? That sort of deal. Um, right now, what I am doing is more of a protein diet. I'm saying a lot. Hmm. I will get better at this. I promise. It's just new. It's new and old, and I'm also trying not to yawn, because for some reason when I get on camera I yawn a lot, and I'm not sure why. Even though I'm not tired, I yawn. So I apologize if you see me like stifling a yawn. That is, yeah. So I am currently eating high protein, lower lower carb, smaller portions. Just, and I'm not hungry. Like, I'm just trying to avoid eating for emotional sake and not hunger, I guess, if you could say. Um, it, I see what else. Okay. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting messages and I need to focus. Okay. So today, I guess today will be ground zero for moving forward. I want this to be like my square one, because technically I have been doing the healthier eating and everything for about 2 weeks now. I did start work this week, so I am walking at minimum 10,000 steps a day during the week, so Monday through Friday. The weekends vary. So I did take my body measurements, and everything is in inches. I can easily translate those for others. So my right arm at rest and flex respectively are 13.86 inches and 14.72. They were a little bit up or bigger than the February result numbers, which were 13.5 and 14.2 respectively. But I think it's partially because I'm not working out and haven't been doing the same types of workouts. So there's a little bit more visceral fat on my body and whatnot for that. My left arm is resting and flexing is 12.96 and 14.08. Again, up from 12.6 and 13.95 from February. So I kind of expected that. My arms are a little bigger, but maybe we'll be able to tone them down a bit. The neck did go down. I was originally a 14.53. I'm down to a 14.36. So it's small, but still something. What else? So my over the breast is a 42.44, down from 43.5 at the beginning of the year. My under bust, so up underneath my bra line, is a 36.55, which is down from 38.25. So yay. So we're seeing a reduction there. That's awesome. So my waist, which is at the dip in my side, so if you think about the curve of the body, the waist is like right where the rib cage cuts in. Not at the belly button, but like where the wrist cuts in. Although I guess technically if you were the right shape or the right body style, that would be a little bit closer, but it's not for me. I have the PCOS and the post mom belly, so things I'm getting rid of. So my waist is a 39.66 down from a 42.09 inches. So that's cool. The measurement directly around my belly button, which will be my biggest point on my body. The belly button is at a 44.8 down from a whopping 48.48. So that is the biggest drop that I have. You're talking about almost 4 inches lost from January to now, which I can feel that in my pants. Then my hips are a 44.09, so that's kind of around my buttocks and my the sides of my hips. That's a 44.09 down from a 46.61. And then last but not least are my right and my left thighs. So my right thigh is a 25.3. This is non-flexed, by the way. This is just standing there because that's when I see most of my fat. So it's a 25.3 down from a 27.25, and then my left thigh is a 24.66 down from 26.07. So as you can see, like there's a lot of inches lost. So you're talking right now at this current moment, I am 200, and we'll give you those other numbers because I know I didn't read those other numbers. So I am now officially 210.8 pounds. I am down 19 pounds as of today. That is a huge thing for me. I didn't think it was something possible. My body fat content has dropped to a 47.6. My body water percentage is going up to 38. And again, that's in the morning after having not had anything to drink all day. My muscles has gone down. I'm at a 104. I haven't been in the gym. I haven't been working out. So of course those muscles are going to be gone, but I am going to be working on that soon. Bone density is at a 5.6. It's whatever. And then of course my BMR is a 15.69. So not a huge change there, but I wouldn't expect that considering my body style is still pretty hefty. I'm not bad, but I'm hefty. So moving forward, and then you can kind of see a little bit, I have stretch marks and in my body. So moving forward, what is the plan? I plan to continue walking, and then as soon as I get home, I want to do maybe about 20 to 30 minutes of, that's what I'm talking about, the yawn. That is exactly what I'm talking about. I'm yawning for no reason. I plan to do about 20 to 30 minutes of like heavy lifting workout with, my gym equipment that's in my garage. I will be doing maybe some yoga and everything to stretch out my body to make it feel better. One of the other cool things is, if you don't see, I have both a smartwatch and a ring. This is the Aura ring, the Aura Ring 4. I'm just making sure it's in view. But this is going to show like my body, how it's doing, what I'm looking towards. So all of this, I'll be able to take screenshots of the program that says how I'm doing, if I'm actually doing the work. Like today, 2,000 steps. That's all I got today. Maybe 3,000 if I'm lucky. And that's okay because I needed a rest day after doing like at minimum 11,000 every day. So starting the next week, I'll start doing my physical activity. Again, I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing outside of walking, or not tomorrow, Monday. Starting Monday, I'll start doing a little bit more of like my deep physical activity and seeing where I am at. But again, remember, I will do my best to post in the Facebook group as often. YouTube will get a video update every Saturday, and that this video will be attached to that Facebook group. If you have questions about what I'm doing or how I am, oh goodness, look, the makeup's nuts. How I'm doing, or if you want to ask specific questions about like my food, I will start posting stuff about my food. But in all honesty, I'm trying to be real with everybody. I'm not here as a gym trainer. I am not a professional in any way, shape, or form. This is just my experience with the world around me. I will get into a little bit more detail, especially on the Facebook group, about things that I've experienced, medications that I've been on, and how they did for me, what I'm doing going forward as those products come in and I do try them for a while. I will make sure I log the activity and how I'm feeling with each of them, because right now I guess my biggest problems are my energy levels and then just my overall body health, which I am working to improve. Today has been heavy eating day. I went to dinner, so I ate a bigger meal because this is like a one-time out kind of deal. So I feel a little today. But again, I will post pictures in the Facebook group. It won't be something that's on this one, but typically I hope to be able to be in a situation where I can show my body in real time. And again, that's going to be every week so that you guys can see like how I'm going. And these also are a way to look back on for me, because again, I see myself every day. So the changes are not as noticeable to me as they will be to you. Maybe not week to week, but month to month will be a huge deal for me, especially as I start seeing it in my face and the fit of my clothing and the way I feel about my body and my overall health. So I hope if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Reach out to me on Facebook. Again, I will try to link them in the YouTube video so you guys can see that. And again, I promise I will figure out doing a better recording situation. I do want to try and get my camera lower so that it's not so high, because I feel like it's really high. I just don't know how I'm going to get it in the right angle so I feel like I'm not staring up into space at you guys. Then I got a really cool Tic Tac wall. Like, look at the Tic Tac wall. Look at the Tic Tacs. Tic Tacs. I have a nickname of Tic Tac. Oh, and now we're zoomed. Oh boy, we zoomed in a lot. Did not mean that. So yeah, again, if you have any questions, if you have anything, just please reach out to me, and then I'll do my best to kind of get these balls rolling. And as time goes by, they should get better. Whether I do it with my phone or in some other means, or I update my system to figure that out. So for now, you just kind of get plain old simple me, little Tic Tac. So I guess until next week, again, just keep an eye out for those posts, and hopefully I'll see you guys on the next self-assessment day. See you later. Bye.